So earlier today, my cyber nephew, Wind, right here, he called himself Wind, W-I-N-D, Deshaun Wind. He went live today, and by the time I saw it, this was hours ago. By the time I saw it, he had removed it. I didn't get to listen to 5 seconds of it, and I was really disappointed because I was like, oh my gosh, I adopted him years ago. We're still cyber family at the end of the day, even though he threw me under the bus. Years ago, decided to team up with other manosphere men, because he's red pill, which is part of the manosphere as well. Team up with white and black, mainly white manosphere men, and black too, to try to dox his own cyber aunt, or his cyber aunt Penny, or Aunt Elite. Either way is fine. So yeah, and then once he gave me a hint what he was up to. This was years ago. That he's going to do a little helping with the others of his sector, the manosphere. A little doxy. And then he ghosted. He ghosted me on the internet. That was like it. I don't know. Maybe ghosting is a manosphere trait. I don't know. Even when passport bros / SYSBM men show up in my chat, and I'm like, oh my goodness, come on up. They go into silent mode and then they ghost from the chat. So maybe the manosphere trait is, or maybe it's more of a black manosphere thing. I don't know. But they do Casper activities. Anywho, after he did that, I still forgave him eventually. And, we became cool and everything. But he still likes to bond with negative manosphere men. Not the ones who are nice out there, or at least not as bad. So make a long story short, my nephew Wind, he lost his job. He claims he didn't. He won't show proof he didn't. But it's obvious he lost his job. And this video, I think, came from Brandon. I think she uploaded this, or somebody else, because I never seen this particular video in my life, and I saved it because it's my favorite video, because I never seen my cyber nephew drink ever. There are no heavy drinkers in my family, so when I encounter them, whether they're online or not, I'm amused. I'm amused at a distance. As long as it don't affect me, I encourage them, keep on drinking, because I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Look at them go. So anyway, allegedly, I don't know all the details because I came out of nowhere. I'm not the greatest cyber aunt for him. I'm trying my best because it's been a long time since I've been on his channel at that time. But I know it's a title and he was talking about his job. And make a long story short, from my understanding based on his video, because I was not around for a long time on his channel, was that he was drinking, and I think he claimed someone reported him for drinking, and he had on his uniform, from my understanding, with the logo where he worked. So allegedly, maybe others out there felt he was drinking on the job, and because they cared about other people's safety, because he's a trucker. No, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know he was a trucker. I had no idea. They reported him because they cared about other people on the road. Now, was he drinking and driving? I don't know all the details. I wasn't there. I didn't see that original video. If you hear me clicking in the background, I'm on my computer because I have to do something for work, and I'm just trying to get done with it in advance. So anyway, what happened next was, my nephew, my cyber nephew right here, made a video saying that his supervisor didn't mind his videos, that she looked at all of them, and I promise you she did not. A thing about my cyber nephew, he has the gift of kind of putting people to sleep. I'm not saying that as an insult, but if anyone legit watched all his videos, a woman especially, she's not gonna last. I bet she glanced at it and didn't see it as threatening and moved on. She did not legit sit there every single video. Hi, this is Wind, and this is Deshaun Wind, and women, 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 and women, women. Like, she did not sit through all of that. My nephew does not get to the point like that. He does not sound like a regular content creator where they're so hyped up and they're talking excitedly. He's not that. And that's okay. So I'm going to assume how he really lost his job, not because of his content, manosphere content, because he doesn't come off like real manosphere, even though he is. I think it's the safety concern with the whole drinking. That's just my opinion, because he never proved he's still employed, right? For a reason, because I don't think he's at that job anymore. And I wish I heard his live stream. And when I clicked it, it was gone. I was so devastated. And I'm his freaking cyber aunt, and I didn't even get to see it to support it. Which sucks. It sucks. So, but think about this, okay? He has, okay, let me push this. He has manosphere people following him. He doesn't have a big following at all. But, of course, he get a little, manosphere supporters here and there. And, of course, myself on a rare occasion, those pesky Keishas out there, right? The thing is, once he lost his job, I did not see any of the manosphere men sending him thousands. I'm not talking about $30. I'm not talking about $20. I'm not talking about $100. I'm talking about real money to pay some real bills. I'm talking about, I don't know what he pays per month for his rent, but the brothers did not come together and put together at least $5,000. Let's pretend he didn't lose his job. Why didn't the brothers come together and say, you know what, brother Wynn, Deshaun Wynn, however he wants to go as, let us send you thousands of dollars to cushion the blow, just in case they put you on suspension. Or at least just to show we support you. We love you as our manosphere brethren. Let's show your haters that we support you. We love you as our, like I said, manosphere brethrens. Like, here's $500 here from so-and-so, $1,000 from so-and-so. Like, they could have really showed out. But they didn't. Kind of reminds me when, like, the big leaders of the manosphere, whether they're white or black, when they pass away, you don't see a group of, or at least a medium-sized amount of manosphere brethren at least showing up at the funeral. They don't do that. You're kind of on your own, whether you're popular or not. I'm just being honest. So at most, regardless of the race of the manosphere guy, you might see comments under their videos, rest in peace, rest in power, or your videos about them Keishas or whoever, women in general, kept us going, things like that. But you won't see them reach out to their families and say, hey, let us help with the funeral cost. Nor are you going to see them lined up, with their little shirts saying, hey, I represent the red pill of the manosphere, or that I represent the black pill of the manosphere, or I represent MGTOW of the manosphere, or and I represent, all the names they have, right? You're not going to see them lined up with, food dishes for, after the funeral and, well wishes. Hell no. And I'm not just saying the manosphere, even on the other side, the women's side too. When Crystal Swirls needed $12K for her house, to save her house, and she's part of BWE, that other sector, her subscribers, they're like, oh, I need to get a job, and oh, I don't have it. Or some just didn't feel like she deserved it because they're like, well, you messed up. And she did. So, you can't really depend on sectors. I don't care if you're popular or not. Now, if you're super popular and you're making good money off your subscribers, good on you. But when it comes down to the doom and gloom and the struggle and things go south, you're on your own. So someone like my nephew Deshaun Wynn right here, he has no true support besides maybe a few text messages from them, saying, oh, we're going to get her, even though I have nothing to do with him getting fired. Or we're going to get him, whoever the him that my Deshaun nephew Wynn was hinting about, don't know. That's all they're talking about. It's just threats. Not helping him, not saying, hey, brother, let's find you a different job, since you lost this one. Or if he somehow by miracle still have his job, which I kind of doubt, let's move you to a different job that they don't know about. There is no help. So with that being said, anybody, I don't care if you're a man or woman, if you're part of any sector and you like the titles of your sector, you got to go buy titles. That's your business. Make sure, you remember offline. Okay? I'm just going to say it. I know these sectors mean a lot to a lot of different people, including my nephew, Deshaun Wynn. But make sure, put the people who are more important to you first, because those sectors are not going to be there for you. Your family will likely. Your friends will likely be. And I know people say, well, not all family and friends are there for you. Well, it's a higher chance compared to them sectors. I'm just being honest. So my nephew here, who likes his little trinkies, and nothing wrong with that, at a distance, I don't care for that too much. But my nephew right here, my cyber nephew, he has to find his own job. The manosphere doesn't have a job placement situation. The manosphere, like if you need spiritual help, they don't have a part of the manosphere where they can pray together or just come together and have peace. There is nothing like that in the manosphere to really support men on that level, to hear each other out and be there for each other when they need each other the most. There's none of that. None of that. Same thing on the women's side. Sure, you can complain about men day and night, just like the men complain about women day and night. Okay, now what? So if you're a woman and you're going through something, the women that's showing up with gifts or just to be there by your side at the hospital bed, hell no. These sectors are just sectors. What really matters the most are your family and your friends, the ones who are there for you. Keyword, there for you. Because look, my nephew Wynn, he's not even he's deleting live streams. The manosphere don't have his back. He'll likely get more support from me, the evil woman, and Keisha, right? Than his own sector. And right here, he's drinking his 40s. The 4 O's, right? So at least that's there for him, his drink. And then, I'll check on him here and there, the so-called Keisha, right? But in reality, they're not there for him. They're just not. And that's that. So hopefully the next time he goes live, I catch it just in time, not at the end where he removes it. See how my nephew Wynn Deshaun is doing. Because at the end of the day, I actually care. I do. I really do. He's a little red pill guy. Not sure how, but he is part of the manosphere. I just think he picked the wrong title of the manosphere for himself. I don't think he's like a legit red pill at all. But he is manosphere. But he called himself red pill. But he's not red pill. He's manosphere, but something else in it. But that's a different topic. But outside of that, in the future when I get everything together, yes, this is going to be part of my background. It definitely is. Why? It's not to troll him. I'm not trying to troll my own nephew. I just find the drinking lit. At a distance, the drinkers are drinking, and sometimes it look kind of fire. Look at that. Look at him go. Look at him go. Damn, look at him go. It's impressive. So I want this as my backdrop for my little future cam up thing, because it looks fire. Have him in the background while oh my God, that is fire. With a 40, what? Look at him represent. He holding that bottle up with pride. Nephew, I didn't know you had it in you like that. I had no idea. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Whether you're a man or woman, be careful putting these sectors first as your personality and everything, because at the end of the day, anything happen to you, or if you lose something, etc., you're on your own. The only thing they're there for is to talk about the opposite gender. They'll be there for that. But outside of that, you're on your own. You hear it? Yep, on your own. But don't worry, nephew Deshaun Wynn. I'll be in the clouds. I will be in the clouds. On a rare occasion, I gotta be realistic about this. I'm not going to be like there every single day. Absolutely not. But at least that's more than the manosphere giving you. So yeah, you know what they look. That is the anthem for all these sectors on your own. So I'm not being like anti-sector. Just understand they're not going to be there for you when you need them the most. You know, everybody can be in the comments, you know, yeah, brethren. That's right, brethren. That's right, sis. Tell it, girl. All that stuff. I don't care if the woman is black or non-black or the man is black or non-black. All these sectors. Now, if you're rich, yeah, someone like Hammerhand, that racist guy, yeah, he'll be by your bedside as long as he's in that will. If not, then that's when he don't show up. He only showed up for that one guy because he gave him money on his deathbed. Outside of that, Hammerhand would have never came. So that says a lot. But anyway, nothing wrong with my little nephew Wind here drinking away. But I hope he finds employment soon and things get better on his end. I know he can't reach out to the brethrens. I don't care if they're unpopular or not. Right? He can't reach out to them for any support or, you know, hey, I work over here. Why don't you come over here with me? They're not going to do that. They're just not. That's just the way it goes. And that is all I have to share. And yeah, cheers to my nephew. Bottoms up. On your own.